Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to TSSR Game Time live from Milledgeville High School in Milledgeville, Illinois. I'm Dwayne Hewlett alongside Chris Frankhauser, and we are here for the first time for 8-man football playoffs for BPC. First year in 8-man, first year in the playoffs. You're a really tough draw here, Chris, playing one of the hottest teams in 8-man football in the state of Illinois in Milledgeville.
Yeah, the Missiles coming in at 8-1, but that lone loss was week 1 by just 2 points to the top-seeded undefeated Marcos at Polo High School.
So they are on an 8-win streak here for the Missiles, and they scored less than 50 points twice in those 8 games. Once was a 24-12 win in week 2 against Amboy Lamoille, and then they scored 64 against River Ridge, 60 against Farmer City Blue Ridge, 48 against Alden Hebron, 56 against Orangeville, 48 against Ocwen, and 58 against South Beloit. They did have a forfeit against AFC, who was 0-9, so they didn't obviously get a game scheduled in that point of a team that wasn't able to play this year. But BPC, of course, comes in with a 4-5 record. They won the first 2 of the year against West Prairie and Blue Ridge. West Prairie is in the playoffs today. They'll start about 1:30. Do want to tell you that, as you can see, you should be hearing audio fine, but we are having some video transmission issues. We did some checking before we got here. We were supposed to have great internet here in Milledgeville. We have great internet a quarter mile down the road. We've checked it. We got here to the tower, and we have none. I do want to tell you that we are working hard to get a
access
password
to the school Wi-Fi.
Access to school Wi-Fi password. So hopefully we'll get that at some point here in a little bit. But just keep bearing with us. We'll move that to that feed as quick as we can. But as I was saying, the Spartans went 2-0 to open the season, then leveled themselves at 2-2 with losses to West Central and Peoria Heights, and then went back and forth. Galva, they beat 54-8, lost to Decatur Lutheran, beat Kincaid, lost to Freeport Ocwen, and then lost to Pawnee to end the season. It's been a roller coaster season of sorts. And the roller coaster really started when Shane Shin got hurt in week 3.
Yeah, that West Central game, that was a big loss for the BPC squad. And I kind of think a little bit of hangover, you want to call it, whatever, but came out completely flat in that first half against Peoria Heights. And like you said, it's been kind of a alternate here and there after the 2-0 start. 2 common opponents, as you mentioned. The Missiles also playing Farmer City Blue Ridge and Freeport Ocwen. Of course, they won both of those games.
And scores not horribly different.
No. When we played Ocwen, it was 30-18, and the Missiles beat Ocwen 48-28. Well, we beat Farmer City Blue Ridge 56-14. They won 60-8. But yeah, this Missile squad coming in is probably one of the outside the top seeded Marcos of Polo. As you mentioned, West Prairie playing them here at a 2 o'clock or 1:30 kickoff or 2 o'clock. 1:30 kickoff, I believe, is the start of that one. That's just about 10 miles to our east in Polo.
Yeah, we did lower the streaming quality a little bit too, folks. So when it does come up, it's not going to be quite the high quality. We will change things and move that around as we get a little bit better internet. So we do apologize for that. But our broadcast should be going at recording at the proper stream. So we will do that.
Did have a couple of
move along.
Yeah, a couple of scores in 8-man from last night. The Heat of West Central knocked off Decatur Lutheran 38-28, and our first upset, number 12 South Beloit knocking off the Flanagan Cornwall Woodland squad 20-8. So that means West Central will travel to South Beloit next weekend for round 2.
Nice long road trip there. Nothing like making the playoff road trips. But these 8-man teams, some of the ones up here are used to a little shorter drives, but BPC and West Prairie got very used to the long drives, and the southern teams seem to have more longer drives.
Well, yeah, less schools down south right now, and I think we're going to see that probably change again over the years as we're going to step aside, I believe, for our national anthem.
Grab that microphone off the floor,
right.
Would you, bud? Looks like the high school band for Milledgeville is going to play the national anthem. Well, their fight song first, so we'll hold off on that for just a second. But it should be a pretty good contest. I think the key for the Spartans, obviously, as we've said all year, is get out of the gate.
Yep.
They have to, as we've said, get off the bus, ready to play football. They got here. They've been out here longer than Milledgeville actually on the field, trying to get used to the field a little bit and make things happen. So hopefully they can do that. Everything will work well for the Spartans, and they can get the second upset of the weekend here at Milledgeville.
That would be nice. The Rockets, really nice facility, nice size high school, football stadium, and a kind of a bowl.
Which may be our issue with the internet.
Right, which might be part of our, but great sight lines and vantage point for this, and it couldn't ask for a much better day late October. Temperature's about 60 degrees, a little bit of wind out of the north.
Yeah, it's gorgeous. Got the windows open on the press box. There's a lot of times come playoff time you wish you had windows in the press box. We took them all out today just to get a little bit better view. This is a nice press box. There's a layer that we're on the lower
first level. Yep.
That's the second floor, first level. But we'll tell you more about that here, as they have a very nice press box here in Milledgeville. So the national anthem is done. That means playoff football is just about to start here. I can't find my chair. We will do our best to give you the clock. We got to move around to get to the clock here, so bear with us as we.
I think I can actually, if I lean, but my fear is leaning too far and going down the staircase to the ground.
Yeah, don't do that. I don't want to have to explain that to your better half.
Yeah, she will not be happy.
No, she will not. And I mean, I wouldn't be happy either if it's any consolation.
Thanks.
But I don't know if we'd be unhappy for the same reasons. But,
right.
But I would have to be upset. Well, you've been listening to the pregame show here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by JoJo's Gaming Parlor. JoJo's Gaming Parlor offers the best gaming experience in the McDonough County area. Stop in for a cool drink and a chance to take home a nice wad of cash while you're at it. Also on game nights, check out TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH Events, live on the big screen. Come join your friends at JoJo's, located at 776 North Cole Street in Bushnell, and cheer the Spartans on to victory. I want to thank JoJo's for not only doing the pregame and postgame show, but also helping with TSSR Weekly, which we're trying to get going here. So it looks like our feed has actually improved some, so maybe we are getting a little better service now. But we'll be in and out a little bit as we're just about ready to go here for kickoff. It will be BPC receiving with Milledgeville going left to right on what would have been the radio dial if we were still both doing radio, Chris.
Right. It looks like 63 Eric Ebersol, 175-pound junior, going to tee it up for the Missiles. And we're going to see the Huffman squared, Lane and Dalton back deep for BPC.
There's a host of kickers there possible to for Milledgeville. But
I'm going to say Ebersol looks like he's going to be.
Yeah. One of the games we watched, they had two kickers.
Right.
One kicked it one time, one kicked it next, and then you never knew who was going to kick it. But Ebersol is back to kick for Milledgeville. And the 8-man Illinois playoffs are just about underway here from Milledgeville High School on TSSR Game Time Live. Nice deep kick. It's going to be Lane Huffman. Oh, and he bobbles it. Muffed it again. Finally
15.
Picks it up. Going to go right and then
nowhere.
Piled up. But he had plenty of time to make a return. He just could not hold on to the football.
Yeah, if he gets it that second time, he had some green field on the far side, but no gain, and BPC going to start First and 10 at
from the 13-yard line.
13,
They're calling
yep.
it. It was Isaac Thomas Smith and Bryce Odd down there on the tackle. It'll be first and 10 with Sam Hensley under center, or from the shotgun, I would imagine. We'll see where he takes it from. They're going to go two wides, too far, too near for BPC. And it will be the first play of scrimmage. Looks to be a pass play unless Hensley keeps it here. He's going to drop back, looks right, now comes back to the left, looks back to the right.
Lots of time.
Lots of time. Now he's going to have to roll right. He's under pressure back near the 10-yard line. He's going to get, looks like they're going to mark him out at about the 12.
So maybe a loss of a half a yard. Nope, they're not even moving the down.
Well, he hasn't moved it yet. He's going to move it.
There we go.
It's a loss of a yard. So it's second down and 11 here for BPC. Nobody open, but some good protection for Sam Hensley that time.
And that was something we saw last week, that Sam was under duress a lot of that game against the Indians from Pawnee.
Hensley's going to come pass out here to the flat to Powell, and Powell's going to go up across the 20-yard line, close to a first down. He got a hit by number 40. It's a gain of 10. That's Dimitri Garza, and he kind of pushed Powell forward about 2 yards. It's going to be third down and 1 for the Spartans at their own 22-yard line.
Gain of 10.
It's a gain of 10.
Bobbled snap.
Sean Link is out here in the flat, but the snap goes to Hensley off the bobbled snap, and he's going to go maybe a short gain, but he's not going to get the first down. It's going to bring up fourth down and less than a yard, and they're keeping the offense on the field. Oh, they might measure it. They moved it a little farther forward than they thought they were going to.
He might got a better spot than I originally thought.
Yeah, they moved the ball forward. They gave him some forward progress, it looked like. The down marker is a half a yard behind where the first down marker is, but they're going to bring it out and measure it. I think this is the first measurement I've seen all season long.
If it's not, we've had less than a handful of measurements in all the games combined this year.
So it's always good to have the sticks come out.
10:55 to go here in the opening quarter.
Again, we know we're having some feed issues as far as video goes, but hopefully you can hear us just fine, and you'll be able to.
Oh, it's just short.
Yeah, about an inch.
Yeah.
He's saying 3 inches on when he holds it. He changed it from an inch to 3 inches, but it looks like the offense is going to stay on.
Right, an early big play here on 4th and less than 1 for the Spartans.
Don't see goal line formation very often in 8-man football, but you're going to see something similar to it here. Nope, they're going to drop back and no, it is. It's going to be a offset eye with Powell, the deep setback. It will be the pistol formation for Hensley as he looks to get the first down here. He will get it. He's crossed the 35 or 25. A first and 10 in BPC, and really you have to think, Chris, that one of the keys for BPC today will be ball control, keeping Milledgeville off the field and the Missiles offense from hitting any big plays.
Exactly. Gain of 2 for Hensley on the play.
First and 10 from the 25 for BPC. 2 wides far side, 1 near is Link. It's going to be an option pitched out to Powell, who fumbles it, loses it again.
Got it back.
And then as Powell got back up and tracked it down on the far sideline.
Going to be a loss of about 3 on the play.
They're only going to lose a 2 as he bounced forward with the ball. So it's going to be a loss of 2 to bring up second down and 12 for the Spartans. And Ben Powell's had a good year, but the one problem he's had all season long has been fumbling. And that time he tried to run with it before he caught the pitch. 2 near, 2 far, stacked wide receivers.
Blitz.
A blitz, and it's going to be
number 40, Garza again.
Garza comes from the defensive right side, unblocked, and Hensley's going to lose another 5 yards, make it 6 yards.
I'll say more like probably 6 on the play.
And it's going to bring up third down and 19 for the Spartans from their own 16-yard line.
9:44 to play here in the opening quarter. No score between the Missiles and Spartans. Nice. We also have here at Milledgeville a play clock down to 15.
So 3 wide receivers near side. It's Link and Powell and others over here. It's going to come, nope, he's going to roll right as is Hensley. He's across the original line of scrimmage and it pushed out of bounds. Well, they're going to mark him back to the 24-yard line, a gain of 8. It's going to bring it 4th down and 11. And I would imagine Dalton Huffman coming on to punt for BPC. Back deep to receive. Is that number 6?
Can't make out the, no, looks like number 11.
Number 11, Bryce Aud. He gets it off.
Good bouncer, BPC.
Brown is back there to down it. It did got about a 15-yard roll. It's going to be 1st and 10. Milledgeville at their own 42-yard line. His first offensive play of the game coming for Milledgeville here. BPC did get 1 first down. Had to go for it on 4th down to get it. Then a couple negative plays resulted in finally ending up 4th and 11. This game being brought to you by the Bushnell Banking Center. Bushnell Banking Center, located at 360 South Green Street in Bushnell, offers full-service banking and loan services. For all of your banking needs, come visit the Bank of Friendly Service or call them 309-772-2345. Under center, handoff is going to go to number 22. That's Ashton Nobis, and he's out across the first down marker all the way to the 49-yard line. A gain of 12, and our 46-yard line of the Spartans, excuse me, a gain of 12. And it is 1st and 10, Milledgeville.
9:06 to play here in the opening quarter. No score.
The quarterback for Milledgeville, number 8, Connor Nye. I formation, 2 tight end set. We'll see a lot of that today. Handoff goes to Nobis again. This time he's bunched up just across the 45-yard line. He actually is going to get forward progress down to about the 43-yard line.
Hensley on the initial contact. Ben Powell there to wrap it up after a gain of 4.
It's going to bring up 2nd down and 6. They called it, they pushed it pretty close to the 42, it looks like. So we'll call it 2nd and 6 now. As they have 1 wide receiver far side. That is Peyton Sarber. And the shotgun formation is Nye. He's going to keep it in the belly and then pull it back, and he's over pursued, and he's got a lot of room, and then a big crackback block.
Yep, that's going to be coming back.
And a flag comes down, and Nye's going to go in, but it's coming back. The big block came from number 55, Tyson Helfrich. Helfrich came back and did a big crackback block. I think he got 2 players. I didn't see which numbers they were, but he got 2 of them, and that's going to come back. A crackback block charged on Helfrich.
I believe that might be on Kramer and Chambers were the ones that took that block.
One took it huge, and the other one got the repercussions of it. So
that's going to be a spot
you're going to
foul?
give him it's going to be a spot foul. So he did get a gain of 3. Nye got a gain of 3 on the play, and then a 15-yard penalty from there.
Let's move it back
to the 46-yard line.
It's going to be 2nd down and 17.
It's going to be 2nd down and about 19, actually. 2nd down and 19 or 18.
8:08 to play.
Technically, 2nd and 18. Nye comes back under center. Now they're going to split out. 3 wides go far side. 1 goes near side. The near side receiver is Odd. Nye in the shotgun now. He's going to throw the wide receiver screen to Nobis. Nobis has got a ton of running room. Taylor's trying to track him down. Can't get there. He'll have the 1st down and a bunch more all the way down to the 30. From the 46 to the 30, a 24-yard gain and a 1st down for Milledgeville. Sheer numbers game there, Chris, as they threw the wide receiver screen with 2 blocking wide receivers and the running back Nobis back there to catch it, and it's just an easy 24-yard 1st down run.
Missiles had a nice block right at the point of the catch that really kind of set that play up.
And they have to run a long ways. They had the huddle about 15 yards from the line of scrimmage. Nye now is a single set back to the right is Nobis. He's going to keep it as 9. He's got a lot of running room, but Dalton Huffman closes ground in a hurry, but Nye shakes the initial attempt at a stop. He gets out of bounds to stop the clock. It looks like it's going to be a gain of about 8. It's going to bring up, well, they're saying 7.
I'm going to say 8.
That looks like 8 to me, pretty close to it. 2nd and a short 3 or long 2 here. It's Milledgeville having some success. They've had a lot of success. The one play that got called back was a touchdown run.
6:58 to play here in the 1st quarter.
But in 5 or 6 years ago, that would have been a great block.
Right.
Here's, again, the 2 far, 2 near. Nye's going to drop back, shotgun again. He's just going to keep it. He's going to run left. He's got quite a bit of room. He's got the 1st down and more on the tackle, Sam Hensley. But from the 22, he's going to go down inside the 15 to about the 14. So gain of,
They said 9.
13. Yeah, they went to the 13. I don't know if they're at the 13 or 14. It's hard to tell. We're so low. It's a great press box, but this first level is pretty low, so it's hard to tell angles here. As again, we know that we do have some video issues, but we're trying to get a half, or maybe at halftime we can switch over to a different feed. We're trying to find one, folks. Nye back under center again. This time the pass is going to go on the slant. Well, that's a nice catch by Odd. Sliding.
They're saying nope. Back judge says no, incomplete.
Huh.
I thought he caught it.
I did too.
It looked like he caught it, but the back judge says nope. So 2nd and 10 for the Missiles at the BPC 13.
I kind of wonder if the back judge didn't see an elbow and thought it was a football, because he was kind of behind the play. I don't know how he could really know whether he caught it or not, but looked good from here. But BPC will take it. 2nd down and 10 from the 13-yard line for the Missiles as they work in BPC territory. Handoff's going to go
16.
Short to Sarber, and Sarber's going to go left side off tackle, or off guard in this case. He's going to get
about 7, 8.
I'm not sure. We'll wait and see what they do. Yeah, 3rd down and 3, gain of 7 for Sarber. 3rd and 3, a big couple plays here, Chris, if you're BPC. If you could somehow keep Milledgeville out of the end zone here, this would be huge, but they're looking at either a touchdown or a first down here just outside the 5-yard line. Nye back under center, and it's going to be Nobis right side trying to get to the corner. I can't see. He did get in just barely in. He got to the pylon. Huffman and others were out there trying to make the stop, couldn't get it done. And with 5:30 to go in quarter number 1, it is 6-0. Milledgeville gets the first score here in playoff action as they now go for a 2-point conversion. It is Nye in the backfield. Two running backs in front of Nye. They're going to look right. Now they're going to go back to Nobis. Now he's going to try to run, and he fumbles it. And somebody better get on it, and it's going to be picked up by Powell. So it's a no good 2-point conversion attempt, and BPC controls the 2-point conversion play, and it's going to be 6-0. We'll take a break here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH, and we'll be back right after this.
MDH has committed to having a top-notch OB-GYN unit.
The new facility, the Dolores Cater Schweitzer Women's Center, this is a quality facility that the patients need to match the quality of care.
And then we also have a new clinic, which is state-of-the-art.
And here at McDonough, we have a team. And everybody feels like they're a part of the successes that we have.
We have a strong team in our office and in labor and delivery. You will get the...
We're always moving. Scratch that. We're always moving forward. But forward can sometimes look a little backwards. Or like circles. Or like nothing at all. But we never stop. We never stop because life never stops. It's hard to stop a train.
Welcome back to Milledgeville High School here as the Missiles on to kick off one more time. Again, it's going to be Ebersol on to kick for the Missiles. Back deep were the Huffman brothers. Dalton on the far side, Lane on the near side. Kick last time, Chris, went right to Lane. He muffed it not once but twice and got tackled at about the 13-yard line. He had plenty of time to run if he could have got it cleanly. We'll see if he does a little bit better job this time. Right to Lane again it goes. He catches this one back at the 10-yard line. He comes across the 15, bounces it. Now he's going to try to get it out to near the 20. He cannot get past the 20, though. He's about the 18-yard line. It's Colton Wilk on the stop was the first one there, number 26. It's going to be 1st and 10 BPC at their own 18-yard line, I think, as they start their second drive. They have one first down on a 4th down run by Sam Hensley, but they have just about, 9 yards offense total, isn't it? Probably.
Yeah, not much. Well, yeah, with the three negative
and here
plays.
Comes Powell on the carry, and he had maybe a hole if he'd have cut it back to the left, but he lowered his head and tried to make something out of nothing, and he goes right back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. Well, they moved him ahead of about a half. You're going to
so
give him a yard?
A gain of 1. Yep,
Okay.
we'll give him a gain of a yard.
Second down and 9 for the Spartans. 2 setbacks now once again. Hensley's going to take the snap. Handoff's going to come underneath to Dalton Horwittle. Horwittle's going to be stacked up. Boy, the Missiles do a great job of stretching the play out.
That'll be a no gain.
Yeah, BPC's had some chances to throw as far as time to throw, but they've had no ability to really run the football as of yet.
No, your biggest run is a 2-yard carry by Hensley thus far on the ground.
And that was on the 4th down play to get the first down. Once again, I know we're having some streaming issues with the video. We are recording it, so we will have the full recording available on it. And now downfield, it looks into Powell. Powell's going to make the catch from Hensley, and across the 30-yard line, a first down. And Hensley, we didn't bring it up in the pregame. Hensley is over 1,000 yards passing, about 1,064 yards all the way out to the 35-yard line.
18 yards on the pass play. And Dwayne, I wasn't quite sure where he was going with that ball because he had Link and Powell right in the same area.
Yeah, they were supposed to be at 1 under and 1 deep, but they were about a yard apart. Once again, 2 near, 1 far. Pitch out's going to go to Horwittle. He cuts it back inside. And what a play over there by Nobis. Ashton Nobis makes a big tackle. A loss of about 3 on the play. It's going to bring up 2nd down and 13. Good play by Nobis. He read it well and made a good ankle tackles. We got to be getting close to the end of the first quarter.
3:40 to go in the opening quarter.
And here we go. Hensley with 2 setbacks beside. He's going to drop back to pass. Looks, got some room to run. Now he's going to throw downfield. He's got Link. Oh, what a play. Nice play by Isaac Tom Smith. He reached in front of the intended receiver, which I believe was Link, and knocked that down with his right hand.
Great play.
That was like professional style coverage right there. He didn't put the hand on the back. He just trailed him, and the ball got there. He reached in front
with that right hand and knocked it down. So 3rd and about 12 for BPC.
So it's going to be another long 3rd down here as Hensley drops back to pass. Good blocking up front. He's got now pressured. Now he's going to have to find somewhere to throw. He does finally throw. It's caught. No, he dropped it. No, he did drop it. Link did drop it. He tries to say caught it. He had it initially, but it slipped through his arm and landed on the ground right here in front of us.
That's a tough throw from Hensley, running towards the near sideline, throwing back.
Well, and you got to give Link credit. He came back to help his quarterback. He came back to the ball and nearly made the catch, but just a little short.
So Dalton Hutman back to punt, and number 11, Bryce Audie back deep.
Oh, I nearly got blocked. It's way up in the air. It's a short punt. It is going to take a little bit of a roll. Actually, about an 8-yard roll after all that. It's going to be a 46-yard line, 1st and 10. So they gained 5 yards on that from their last time they started on their own 41 or 42-yard line. I guess that's technically 47, isn't it?
Right. 3:08 to go here in the opening quarter. 6-0 lead for the Missiles.
Milledgeville, another chance offensively here. BPC's defense bent, and finally gave up a touchdown at the cone, or at the pylon, I should say. Again, they're going to go 2 wides, near and far. And it's going to be Nye dropping back to take the snap from the shotgun. He looks deep downfield. A long pass, wide open.
Yep.
And Sarber's got it. And Sarber fumbles, and he's going to have to fall on it. And that was, I think, Hensley that stuck an arm in there and knocked that away. But if it had not, from the 47 down to the 15, 16-yard line, right at the 15-yard line. So 37, actually 38 because he was at the 47. So actually it's at the 16-yard line. So, yeah, 37 yards. Sarber had a touchdown there if he holds on to the football, if you're Milledgeville. Nye now. Here comes Nobis. And a pitch. That's actually a pass to Nobis. He pitched it to him in front, and he's going to go for a touchdown. A 16-yard touchdown pass, technically. He did not touch him. He didn't hand it off. He tossed it to him. So it is a 16-yard touchdown pass from Nye to Nobis. And just like that, in 2 quick plays with 2:43 to go, and about 18 seconds, I think, is what that drive took. And BPC finds themselves down 12-0.
2:43 to go here in the opening quarter. That score comes with.
Sorry, folks. I forgot I was supposed to be running the scoreboard. Still, you can tell I haven't done a lot of football this year, can't you? So here's the pitch out to number 25, I think. What number was that? I couldn't see the number. Oh, it was number 35. That's why. Bryce McKenna gets the two-point conversion run. And the Missiles take a 14-0 lead here with 2:43 to go in the first quarter. We'll take a break as well and be back here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH, in just a couple minutes.
Dry needling is where you insert a filiform needle into a muscle, a tendon, a ligament, sometimes a bone, and it promotes blood flow and circulation so that it heals that particular painful area.
Welcome back to Milledgeville High School as we get ready for kickoff here. 2:43 remaining in the first quarter. It's 14-0 Missiles over the Spartans. Missiles having a lot of success offensively. BPC not a whole lot of success offensively thus far in this one.
No, that quick drive, and that's what, looking at those scores of the Missile squad, they can put up points in a hurry, and they did on that last drive.
So it's going to be Ebersol on the kick again for Milledgeville. His kick's going to be a little shorter this time. It's going to be picked up by Huffman again, a better field position. He's out across the 25, cuts inside. A good tackle by Garza, but he's out across the 25. Best field position to start a drive so far for BPC. It's going to be 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line, as BPC will take over for the third time today. This game being brought to you by Farmers and Merchant State Bank of Bushnell. For over 100 years, Farmers and Merchant State Bank of Bushnell has been serving the local community's needs for personal and business banking, as well as home and agricultural lending. It also has a great trust department. Stop by the main branch at 484 East Main Street or their drive-up facility on Cole Street to learn more. F&M member FDIC and equal housing lender. Two tight ends set, two wide receivers. Hensley drops back, looks. He's going to be under pressure now, and he's going to get tripped up. I think that's Garza. Got a handful of shoe and tripped Hensley up, and Hensley is going to lose a solid 5. We'll see where they mark it. It is going to be a loss of 5, 2nd and 15 from about the 23-yard line for BPC.
Loss of 5. It's now 2nd down and 15.
So 2nd and 15 for BPC. Clock down to 2:15 to play here in the opening quarter.
I want to give a shout out to Miles up on top, as he has done a good job. He's got a little different. He's really high.
3 stories up.
And it's really close to the field, so he's a little different. Handoff up the middle, and the ball's on the ground, but it's going to be recovered. They might have called him down anyway, but Nate Kramer's there for the recovery. Horwittle on the carry, and they're going to give him possession or where he stopped, so it's going to bring up a gain of 1. They do move it.
And move the
we'll
down
call
marker.
It 3rd and 14.
What, maybe a half a yard?
Yeah, but the ball moved farther.
Right.
I thought. So we'll call him give him 1. 3rd and 14. Powell, the lone setback. 2 wide receivers far, 1 near is Link. It's going to be an option look again. Now Hensley's looking to throw and nowhere to go, and he's going to try to get back to the line of scrimmage.
He barely got back.
Looked like Horwittle might have been open in the flat over there on the right side, but he couldn't get the ball to him. No gain on the play. Brings up 4th down and 14 for the Spartans as Huffman goes back to punt one more time. 3rd series, 3rd punt for the sophomore from BPC. Last one nearly got blocked. They're not rushing this one. Maybe he's trying to set up a return. It is a better kick. Odd is there. He's going to go across the 40. He's got some running room. Hensley cuts him back inside, and Hensley's going to get a handful of face mask. And he brought Odd around in a big way. I don't think he meant to do it, but he did. Had the only chance. I don't know if it's a horse. It looked like a face mask to me, the way his head snapped around, but it might have been a horse collar. Yeah, face mask. Yep. That's what I thought. Usually, even if it's a front or a back horse collar, you don't see the head snap around like Odds did there. But he going to take it all the way down to the to start with to the 26-yard line, so it'll be a half the distance to the goal from the end of the run, which should take it about to the 13-yard line. So 1st and 10 at Milledgeville at the 13-yard line with 50.9 seconds remaining here in the first quarter, and it is struggling for the Spartans here in quarter number 1 against a very good Milledgeville squad. Yeah, they told us they turned the internet on, but we're not getting the Wi-Fi, folks. I apologize. There's a pass, and we can't see it. Can you see it? I watched it in a replay. Down inside the 5. It's going to be a first down. Completion was to number 10, Kieran Harris. It's going to bring it to the 2-yard line, an 11-yard completion to Harris, and it's 1st and goal at the 2 for Milledgeville as the clock stopped with 43.9 seconds to go as he got out of bounds. And it is going to be Milledgeville with a chance to score one more touchdown here in the first quarter, as we're nearing the end of quarter number 1. They do have to get the play off because of the play clock, however. Nye keeps it, and I don't think he got a little help late. They're going to call him down.
Now they signal touchdown. Fish on the near side.
He did get a little help, but I don't know that. I don't know that a Spartan ever had a hand on him. They just held up the line, and then somebody came in at the end and got him into the end zone. So just like that, it is 20-0 here at Milledgeville High School, and a chance to go for 2 for the Missiles now. Is Nye will have an I formation set behind him. Now they're going to split 4 wide receivers to the far side. This is going to be a quarter keeper to the right. He's going to fake the screen and go to the right. Nope, I was wrong. He's just going to throw the screen out there.
Walk in.
Novus is going to walk in untouched. And just like that, it's 22-0 here at Milledgeville High School. BPC trailing the Missiles of Milledgeville High School. This game being brought to you by Webb Family Farms. Webb Family Farms has been growing corn, soybeans, and Spartans for 5 generations. Nathan, Lisa, Jamie, Cyrus, Terry, and Linda wish all BPC athletes good luck this season. And Bushnell's only furniture store, M&B Furniture, is a mainstay in the community and offers free delivery within 40 miles. For everything you need to furnish your new home or replenish an old one, stop and see the fine folks at 41 West Main Street, or find them on Facebook, Instagram, or on the web at www.mnbfurniturinc.com. You can also call them at 309-772-2111. And Heil Enterprises and Heil Trucking can take your product down the road, near or far, and also offers top-notch heavy-duty truck and trailer repair. Second-generation business continues to grow and continues to support BPC Athletics. Stop by and see Danny or Travis on Route 41 south of Prairie City, or call them at 309-775-3333. So with 37.6 seconds remaining in quarter number 1, the Milledgeville Missiles find themselves ahead 22-0. BPC's offense, thanks obviously in large part to a very solid Milledgeville defense. And Milledgeville has a ton of kids on that sideline.
Yes, they do. For 8 man, that is a lot of people.
Again, we understand the feed is not real great. We are recording it at a normal high level, so we will be able to broadcast that to you as soon as I get back home and get it countered. There's now the ball's on the ground, and the kicker is going to recover it. Lane Huffman, who muffed the first kick of the day, fumbles that one. And the kicker, number 63, Eric Ebersol, picks up the fumble, and it's 1st and 10 Milledgeville at the Spartan 27-yard line.
With the initial hit that he made some good move back, Lane did, but now the Missiles set up with 30.7 seconds to go. 1st and 10 at the Spartan 26.
So Nye back under center, I formation. They're going to take it in this time. He's going to drop back to pass. Little miscommunication towards receivers. Nye's going to take it across the 25 down to the 23. A gain of 4 is going to bring up 2nd down and 6 as Nye gets a 4-yard gain. And the 2 receivers, which included Odd, and I don't know what the other receiver number was, they ran into each other.
Right.
You're supposed to do that crossing pattern to scrub off one of the defenders. The problem was they scrubbed off each other. Second down and 6, and that'll be the end of quarter number 1. The Missiles lead the Spartans 22-0. We'll be back here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH, in just a couple minutes.
Some farmers I know swear by a name, say they'd never operate anything else. Well, here are a few names for my Fendt 900 Gen 6 series. Fuel Saver, Time Maximizer, Game Changer. I like those names.
My MDH Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation does more than just tape ankles.
They get us back on the court.
My MDH Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation
helps me reach peak performance in the weight room.
Prepares me for competition.
My MDH physical therapists and the fitness programs MDH offers help me on my road to recovery and improve my quality of life.
Come see why MDH Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation was voted best of the best in McDonough County.
Welcome back to Milledgeville High School as we start quarter number 2, 22-0. The Spartans trail the Missiles, and the Missiles threatening again, Chris, at the 23-yard line of BPC.
Yeah, Missiles set up a good scoring opportunity here to start the second quarter.
This is the first time we've looked to the left end of the field past the 40-yard line.
Right.
Nye with 2 wide receivers far too near. He's going to look. Now looks again down the middle of the field. And it's
caught
through 3 defenders, and the catch is made by number 80, Landon Frederick, a 5'10 freshman, folks, tight end / linebacker, weighs 150 pounds, and he gets the touchdown pass, and just like that.
23 yards.
And we've got people. Miles has got a good angle to some extent, but there's a lot of people up there, and the camera, when he turns left, hits I think one of our coaches up on top, but I'm not real sure.
That score coming with 11:53 to play in the first half.
Here's the wide receiver screen again. This time it's Audi is going to get the 2-point conversion. And just like that, it's 30-0 here in Milledgeville as the Spartans trail the Missiles. This game brought to you by McDonough District Hospital. McDonough District Hospital Athletic Trainers and MDH Rehabilitation Center, with locations in Bushnell and Macomb, provide expert help to Spartan student athletes in the prevention, care, and rehabilitation of all athletic injuries. Learn more at mdh.org. McDonough District Hospital, more than hospital care, a hospital caring. And MTC Communications, having slow, unreliable internet just doesn't cut it in 2021. MTC Communications offers lightning fast, reliable fiber internet, video, phone service, and camera systems to the McDonough, Henderson, and Hancock County areas. Visit mtc.crowdfiber.com to check your availability. And a community news brief for all your local news. Subscribe to the Community News Brief Weekly Edition, mailed directly to your home every Friday. As an option, you can also receive Monday and Wednesday editions by email. All of this for only $42 per year or $38 per year if you're 65 or older. Single copies can be purchased at select locations in Bushnell, Colchester, and Blandonsville. It's getting ready to kick off. This time, Ebersol will be kicking from right to left. Back deep will be Huffman and Huffman. Dalton now still on the far side. And they kick it to Dalton Huffman this time. He comes up, catches it at about the 15-yard line, out across 20, 25, 30. He's out across the 30-yard line before he gets stacked up, and then a late pile on.
About the 31 maybe.
By Tom Smith and others, and he's out past there. Mark it out to the 33, it looks like. Pretty good spot
we'll
for
take
BPC.
We'll take it.
As they trail by 30 now, 30-0, 4 touchdowns so far in this one for the Missiles. They had 3 touchdowns and 2 2-point conversions in the first quarter. They scored again very early with 11:47 to go here in the second quarter. BPC finds themselves down by 30. Hensley now looks, zone, and he's still got nowhere to go with it. Throws it deep and out of play. Just threw that one away over the head of Huffman underneath Jake Brown.
That was closer to that pass than any of the receivers for BPC.
Yeah,
as that pass falls right down below our location.
We were talking about the press box a little bit earlier, and it is a very nice press box. It is 3-leveled, and we're on the lower. There's the floor, and then the first level, the second level, and the top, which is where Miles is, but we're on the first level.
Right.
So we're relatively close to the field, and we're relatively
low. Right.
So we do have a little bit of a hard time seeing what's going on here. Hensley going to throw into flat to Horwittle.
Right.
Nobis is out there. He nearly fumbled it, gathered it back up, and he's going to lose a yard on the play. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 11, a loss of 1 on the completion to Horwittle. And BPC's offense can find nothing that wants to work against Milledgeville
the
thus
Missiles
far.
defensively just doing a good job of wrapping up. I mean, the initial contact and not letting Horwittle get out of it. Well, as you said, Dalton doing a good job as he bobbled the ball and nearly fumbled it away.
Yeah, Nobis broke down there and made the tackle. Now Hensley's going to look downfield again.
Great protection again.
He's back there for several.
Slipped,
and then Nobis is there again. And he's going to lose a bunch that time. A loss of about 10, it looks like. It's going to bring up 4th down and 21. 4th and 21, a loss of 10. And it's 4th down and 21 for BPC.
10:45 to play here in the first half.
And it'll be Huffman back to kick one more time. There's the kick, a nice kick this time, almost over the head of Audie. He does trick his trips back. He's going to go right. He's got some running room now, as I couldn't talk.
And he's gone.
He might be gone. Hensley is there. Hensley can't make the stop, but Taylor tracks him down. He stays on his feet, and
he's going to be down about the 1.
Gonna,
there is a penalty flag back at about the 10-yard line.
That's probably going to be a.
Looks like pointing back. Jake Brown down initially made some contact, but not able to wrap up. And then after that, it was about 40, 45 yards and no contact.
Blake Sherman is who they were pointing at, if that's who the penalty on. And they did bring the ball back to the 10. So we'll see what the call is. It's going to be an illegal block in the back. And I'm guessing it was on Sherman as he walked off this dejected 15-yard penalty from the 10. It's going to be at 1st and 10 at the Spartan 25-yard line.
That negates about a 50-yard return on the play for the Missiles.
Yeah, I mean, Audie backtracked and caught that ball in the air, did a good job to get back to it, and then cut in and then broke it outside, and it was now it's a 10-yard. It's 1st and 10 from the 20. They marked off 15. They should only marked off 10. I was wondering why they were marking off 15.
Right.
They know more than me, so I wasn't going to say anything. Nye and Nobis in the backfield. 2 tight ends. 1 wide receiver far is Peyton Sarber. Here's Nye. Handoff. Nope. Fake handoff to Nobis. He's going to look left to the tight end. Sam Hensley was back there. He looked for Audie, but it's going to be incomplete just through the fingertips of Hensley, and then who had Bryce Audie diving underneath him and behind him.
Right.
And couldn't make the catch, either one of them. So it's going to be 2nd down and 10 from the 20.
That'll stop the clock at 10:09 to play here in the opening half.
And a pair of football players laid out for that pass. Under center now. Handoff's going to go to Nobis on the I formation set. And he's got a lot of running room. He bounces it outside. And Jake Brown overcommitted to the inside, and Nobis saw it and bounced right outside. A 20-yard touchdown run for Nobis. And it is 36-0 here from Milledgeville.
10:02 to go in the first half.
We got, what are we doing here? Deep. Oh, they're going to do the drop kick. And the drop kick is good for Harris. Kieran Harris does the drop kick. I wondered what they were doing.
It was a weird formation.
I was like, that only thing it can be from that formation is a drop kick, but I didn't want to sound like that. I'm like, there's no way. That's what I was thinking to myself. There's no way he's kicking a drop kick.
That's exactly what he did, and it was right
37-0,
down the middle.
I do believe.
Yes.
Drop kick is not a 2-point kick. It's only a 1. But he did. That was a sweet drop kick.
Well, they've got 38 on the board, but I thought that was only a –
I don't know. I'd have to look that up to know for sure, folks. I don't know if somebody knows at home whether the drop kick is a 2-point or a 1-point kick. I think it's only a 1. And they're yelling to the people above us in the tower are yelling to see for sure if it's 2 or 1 also. I think they put 2 on the board. I thought it was 1. Yeah, that's yeah.
1 point. Yep, I just got it looked up. 1 point.
It is 1 point. We looked it up Chris looked it up, so it is 1 point. All the media guys down here at the first level are like, I think that's only 1 point.
I think that honestly, I could say that's the first time I've ever seen that.
I saw it coming. It was such a surprise to see that actually done. I was like, there's no way that they're actually going to try that, but they did. So Ebersol is here to kick off again. His team leads 37-0. That adds a little something to your repertoire if you can do that, right? If you can do that regularly. Here's a squib kick almost. It's going to be picked up by Dalton Huffman. He's going to come across the 30 and get hit pretty good. The initial Wilk was there on the initial hit. Audie came in and kind of leveled him at the end, and it's 1st and 10 BPC again at their own 30-yard line. So it looks like, folks, I apologize if you're watching at home. You're going to have to deal with the video feed as it is. We're not having any luck with the getting the other feed, so we'll have to go with this one. Hensley's going to throw to Brown. He catches it, and Brown is out past the 35 to about the 38-yard line. A gain of 7 on the play. He's going to bring up 2nd down and 3 for BPC.
First catch for Jake.
They haven't been out past the 40-yard line all day long.
No, not at all.
They got a first down on their first drive, but that got them across the 30. And then they went backwards from there, and they have not had I guess, where was that first one passing first down got him close to the 30. Now Hensley's going to have to step up in the pocket. He's going to lower his shoulder, and he's going to reach forward.
About a
and
yard
he's going to be short, but he's going to get close. It's going to be a gain of 2, 3rd down and 1 for the Spartans now. Really, Chris, in all honesty, this is about the first, usable 3rd down they've had since their first possession of the game.
Yeah.
9:05 clock running here in the first half. Again, it's going to be I formation offset. It's going to be Hensley, and he's going to be tackled again in the backfield. And I don't know if they're going to give him enough for the first down. He reached the ball forward again.
I don't think so.
Nobis was there along with number 26, Wilk. And I don't know, they're looking, and they're going to say first down.
All right.
The guy with the down marker on the far side, I don't think he agreed, but I guess when it's 37-0, they don't want to waste the time with the measurement, right?
Right.
We'll try it again. 3 wide receivers far side for BPC, including number 34, Brian Boehner, who's over there. Now Hensley again, tons of time. He's got Powell cutting downfield and just overthrew him off the fingertips, but good coverage there. He had him beat by about a half a step, but good coverage by Milledgeville's number 33, Andrew Lapp. Brings up 2nd down and 10. And Powell had him, though. He had about a half a step, but probably the fact that Lapp was kind of in his hip pocket a little bit kind of distracted him a little.
Right.
But,
there wasn't quite enough.
Just over his hands.
Quite enough separation there.
Horwittle, Powell, and Boehner again far side. There's Jake Brown cutting. He's open. He's got the pass.
Nice.
Comes down, makes the catch. He probably, if he could have kept his feet, he could have still been running maybe, but he wanted to make sure he got the catch instead. First down for the Spartans and for the first time in Milledgeville territory. They're from the 41 to the 39, 38, so a 22-yard.
Yep, we'll get 22.
Pass play, and it's 1st and 10 BPC as they're trying to make something happen. 2 tight ends, 2 setbacks. This time the pitch is going to go out to Powell. He's got some running room on the left side. They close it in a hurry, and he's going to get back to they don't give him much anything. No gain on the play. It's going to bring up 2nd down and 10.
I'll say maybe half a yard at best.
Just under 8 minutes to go here in the first half, 7:55 remaining. And it is BPC driving for the first time now as they trail, as you can see on the scoreboard, 37-0. It's going to be Hensley. He's got Garza closing in on him, and then a whole host of black jerseys are there. Nobis is there.
82.
Garza was there first. Number 82 is Gage Wilk, and the other Wilk, number 26, Colton Wilk, were both there. Colton is a junior. Gage is a senior. And a timeout on the field. We'll take one as well here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH, and be back right after a word from our sponsors.
Dry needling is where you insert a filiform needle into a muscle, a tendon, a ligament, sometimes a bone, and it promotes blood flow and circulation so that it heals that particular painful area.
At Country Financial, we enjoy serving the community in which we live, big or small.
I love living in the Blandonsville area. It's where I grew up, went to school, and decided to raise my family. I never had a desire to live or work anywhere other than in a small town. I feel lucky to help my longtime friends and neighbors with their insurance needs. It's like working with family every day.
I'm Brett Powell, your local Country Financial representative, whose door is always open to work with you.
I chose physical therapy because I knew I wanted to be in the healthcare field. I wanted to be able to help patients in some way related to more in depth. We get to know our patients, and that's really what kind of sets us apart.
Welcome back to Milledgeville High School. 3rd and long again for BPC. This time it's about 17, it looks like. Yeah, 16?
Yeah, 16. We'll give them the extra yard there.
Boehner's wide out far, Brown wide out near. It's going to be Hensley looking. He's got
pressure on the backside.
Backside pressure coming by number 33 is Andrew Lapp, and they take him all the way back. A loss of 10 on the play, and it brings up 4th down in an eternity for BPC as they're back inside their own side of the field again.
46.
They had 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line of the Missiles, and they're back to the 47 of their own side of the field. So about 25 yards to go for a 1st down, and
clock under 7 to play.
Huffman's going to try to kick one more time. If you stay on your side of the field there, you might just go for it. Oh, they are going to go for it. They fake it. Hensley's going to throw it deep. It's Boehner has it.
Bittner caught it.
Or Bittner, excuse me.
Short of the 1st down.
And knocked the wind out of him, but he's going to be short of the 1st down as he landed flat on his back right in front of us. Look at that camera angle, right down at him, and Shane Shin comes in to check on him.
His gain of about.
He gained 16.
Yep.
Actually, gained 14, excuse me. Gained 14. It was 25, and they didn't quite get back to the original line of scrimmage. And he gets back up, and Brian Bittner gets back up and walks off the field. Just had to catch your breath a little bit. It was a great catch, but a little short, unfortunately, for BPC. It's a turnover on downs. And, boy, it seems like this is right in this vicinity of the field is where Milledgeville gets the ball every time. In fact, this might be their worst starting position of the game, and they're just inside their 40 at the 38.
They've not started it very deep at all in this contest. So it'll be 1st and 10 Missiles with 6:39 to play. Up 37-0 on BPC.
So Nye's going to be back in the shotgun, 2 wides far and near. He's going to drop back, looks to throw. Deep downfield going for a big-time pass to Nobis. And Nobis is going to go all the way. Nobody in any striking distance. A 63-yard touchdown pass to Nobis, and that was in stride. Just about 4 flyer post patterns, and they just went deep downfield instantly. And gets the touchdown from Nye to Nobis. And it is 43-0 here in quarter number 2 as the 6:30 mark of the 2nd quarter. And they're going to go for 2. They're going to try the drop kick again, it looks like. Can they do it 2 times in a row? Nope, they're going to throw it this time. Left-handed throw from Harris, looking for Nye. And he gets it in. A 2-point conversion is good. 10-8 to make it 45-0. So like I did that there.
That was nice. I like that.
Yeah. So we'll take a break here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH, and be back in just a minute.
MDH has committed to having a top-notch OB-GYN unit.
The new facility, the Dolores Cater Schweitzer Women's Center, this is a quality facility that the patients need to match the quality of care.
And then we also have a new clinic, which is state-of-the-art.
And here at McDonough, we have a team. And everybody feels like they're a part of the successes that we have.
We have a strong team in our office and in labor and delivery. You will get the best care at McDonough District.
Welcome back to Milledgeville. As this one's getting away from BPC. It might have already gotten away at 45-0 here, unfortunately for the Spartans. And Ebersol on to kick one more time. We've seen long passes, we've seen long runs, we've seen short touchdown runs, we've seen drop kick PATs.
We've seen it all.
And we've seen kickers throwing two-point conversion passes to the normal quarterback. And we've seen about it all from Milledgeville thus far. They are the real deal here in Milledgeville. Here's the kick by Ebersol again. Huffman is there. The Dalton variety gets it again. This time it's a little deeper. He picks it up, and he's going to be tackled at about the 25-yard line. Might give him 26 here. They will give him the 26. It'll be 1st and 10 BPC. And they did put a bit of a drive together that last drive, Chris, and then a couple – it was almost like Milledgeville said, okay, enough.
We'll give you first and second, and
then bam, they started pressuring again. When BPC's line showed that they could hold the line out and get a couple passes downfield, then they started blitzing, and it was difficult for BPC. Here we try it again. Handoff's going to go to Horwittle this time around left side. He does have a bit of running room, and he's going to go across the 30 or about to the 30-yard line.
That's
actually give him a gain of 5. It'll bring up 2nd down and 5 for BPC.
Biggest rushing play for BPC in the first half.
6:05 to go here in the first half. BPC trails Milledgeville in the opening round of the Illinois 8-Man Football Association playoffs. Handoff goes to Powell this time. And he gets
maybe
a positive gain, but he's not going to get a first down. It's going to bring up third, a gain of 2. It's going to bring up 3rd down and a long 3 for BPC. Yeah, it probably is really closer to 4, isn't it? But we'll give him the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, 3rd and a long 3.
And here's another handoff to Powell, and he's not going to get the first down. It's going to get out to the 34-yard line. Another gain of 1.
We'll see that there's holes open, but the missiles just close those holes up so fast.
I must have said 5 times he's got running room, and then, oh, never mind, he doesn't have running room. Those black jerseys fly to the ball so very well.
They're very quick to the ball.
Try it again here. BPC going for it on 4th and 2. Hensley's going to be on a keeper, and he's got to beat Nobis, and he can't. What a tackle. Ashton Nobis, a senior. He's 5'8", 150 pounds, the running back and linebacker, and he got out there. He stayed home and made a great shoestring tackle. Actually had a stiff arm from Hensley that looked pretty good. I thought he might break it with the stiff arm, but as Nobis went down, he grabbed a leg and tackled Hensley for a turnover on downs. It'll be 1st and 10 of Milledgeville at about the 29-yard line of BPC.
And if Sam gets out of that, he's got the first down and a little bit more, but just a great one-on-one tackle.
Now they're going to go 4 wide receivers far side. Harris and Nobis in the backfield on the far side as they're 2-by-2.
High receiver screen, or a double pass.
I thought he was going to pass it, but now Taylor comes up. That is Taylor, correct?
Yep.
Was that number 60?
Yep, Chris Taylor.
Chris Taylor on the tackle, a gain of 1. And that's the first time the wide receiver screen hasn't went for a first down for the Milledgeville Missiles today. It brings up 2nd down and 9 from the Spartan 28-yard line. 45-0 here. Second quarter action from Milledgeville, 3:55 remaining in the first half. Nye back under center, I formation set behind him, and they're going to split out again. Audi and number 35, that's McKenna, go right. It is Wilk to the near side. Nye's going to keep it. He's going to bounce it outside. A good block by
and cut back.
The left guard, number 55, was Tyson Helfrich. And it's going to be a first down, a gain of about 10 on the play, and it's going to bring up 1st and 10 from the 18 for the Milledgeville Missiles. And it sounds like we're going to be doing the state championship game later this year, and I would not be surprised, judging by the teams we've seen this year, that Milledgeville and or Polo, the top 2 seeds, don't end up in that game at Monmouth College.
Right, 3:05 to play.
And here's the handoff. That
35.
is to McKenna, and it's a good play by Brown, Taylor, and others out there. Also out there for BPC was Carter Chambers. It's no gain on the play. It's going to bring it 2nd down and 10 from the 18. Clock running here in the second quarter. It's 2:36 to go. It's 45-0. BPC trailing to Milledgeville. Nye's going to keep it, rolls right. He's got tons of room and tons of time. He's going to tuck it and go. He's down to the 15, close to the 10-yard line.
Wrapped up by Powell.
Good job by Ben Powell of keeping the corner tight down there. Didn't let a lot to go. It's going to bring a gain of about 5, it looks like. 3rd down and 5 from about the 13-yard line for the Missiles, as they've went a smidge more conservative here. They got over that 40-point mark and now trying to use some clock here with 1:55 remaining in the first half. And they'll probably take this touchdown if they can get it, obviously, but they got to that 40-point mark and kind of pulled the dogs off a smidge, it looks like. Handoff's going to go up the
16.
middle. Sarber, and he's going to go in for the touchdown. Peyton Sarber, the 5'8 senior running back, goes for a 13-yard touchdown run with 1:43 to go in the first half, and it is all Milledgeville, unfortunately, here from Milledgeville High School. 51-0 is the score, and they're going to go back to a more traditional offensive set here. No, they're going to try a field goal.
Extra regular.
An extra PAT here.
Old school, regular way PAT here.
We can do one thing. We can do another. Let's try this thing. Let's see what it does.
11.
Audie here on the kick. It's up, and it is good.
Ooh, I wasn't sure from our angle.
We've seen it all today, folks. It's been a interesting contest here to Milledgeville to show everything that they can do, and that just makes the teams down the road say, holy smokes, we have to prepare for everything, right?
And I know Coach Rod is talking with Jeff Borders earlier in the week that we want them maybe to pass, but they obviously can do pretty much every aspect of the game well.
Yes, they can. This game being brought to you by Rosie's Pizza. It offers something for everyone with pasta, sandwiches, and, of course, pizza. Dine in and carry out at 458 East Main Street in Bushnell. They also deliver to Good Hope, Adair, and all points in between. For delivery, call 309-772-2101. And Good Hope Gardens. Good Hope Gardens located at 445 East Main Street in Good Hope. That's just just east of the North Elementary School. Open April through October. That means they're about ready to call it a season. But you can stop in for all your fresh produce needs during summer months. Be sure to follow their Facebook page for daily updates. Currently, they have pumpkins and other fall goodies available. Grover and Mary Jo DeCounter and family invite you to Good Hope Gardens. Come see where it's grown. And Hensley Grain in rural Bushnell has a long history of taking an active role in Bushnell Prairie City School District and especially Spartan Athletics. Good luck, Spartans, in 2021, and enjoy this fall athletic campaign. As Chris said, they did get the kickoff.
And down by Dalton Horwittle, ball hit and it just kind of died right there. So Horwittle falls on it 1st and 10 BPC at their own 25-yard line.
Threw the pitching wedge at him.
Yep.
Stopped
That's exactly what it looked like.
It is 1st and 10 from the 25. And a pitch is going to go to Horwittle, and he's going to be stopped in the backfield, a loss of a couple, it looks like. It's going to bring up 2nd and 11 or 12. We'll see where they mark it. They haven't never moved the down marker yet. That's a loss of 2. It'll be 2nd down and 12. Here's the handoff now. It's going to be to Powell. He's got a little bit of room around the right side. He gets out past the original line of scrimmage, out near the 30. A gain of 6 on the play. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 6.
Clock under a minute to go, 56 seconds to play.
52-0, the score here from Milledgeville. BPC is going to face a running clock in the second half, pretty much with under a minute to go in the first half. Not a whole lot they can do to change that at this point. They'd have to take a miracle to get back under 40.
Take the handoff.
Now Hensley's going to keep it. throws out to Horwittle. He's got some the catch and some running room. He goes from about the 30-yard line out across the 40, a 1st and 10 BPC to the 43. 13-yard gain and 1st and 10, and BPC is going to take their second timeout of the contest. And it'll be BPC trying to make something happen here with 28 seconds remaining in the first half.
28.
This game brought to you by JoJo's Gaming Parlor. JoJo's Gaming Parlor offers the best gaming experience in the McDonough County area. Stop in for a cold drink and a chance to take home a nice wad of cash while you're at it. Also, on game nights, check out TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH Events, live on the big screens. Come join your friends at JoJo's, located at 776 North Cole Street in Bushnell, and cheer the Spartans on to victory. Not looking good here in the first half for BPC, but I'll tell you what. We knew that Milledgeville was good.
Yes, I didn't realize.
And the coaches knew they were good, and the kids knew they were good, but these guys are really good.
Yeah, I am thoroughly impressed with this Missiles squad.
A little prevent defense now for the Missiles as they have rushed two. Hensley's going to deep downfield. He's got Powell there, and it's incomplete. They had a hand on a jersey, and Powell laid out, and they're going to get a little. Yeah, he dove out for it. Oh, there to help him up was Andrew Lapp, who was in coverage. Those two have been downfield in coverage quite a bit here, and Lapp was there again. And again, Powell had a step or two, but it was just a smidge overthrown. And it's down to 21.3 seconds remaining here as it's 2nd down and 10 now from the 43-yard line.
About 4 receivers set.
3 far and 1 near. Brown's the lone set receiver near side. Here comes Hensley. He's under pressure. He noticed him at the last second, but a little too late on the tackle. Number 26, Colton Wilk, and he's going to lose 3. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 13, and we'll see if BPC tries to get another play off. It doesn't look like they're going to. That'll be the last play of the first half. A loss of 3, and it's the end of the first half of play. BPC 0, the Missiles of Milledgeville High School 52. We'll be back here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH, in just a couple minutes.
Dry needling is where you insert a filiform needle into a muscle, a tendon, a ligament, sometimes a bone, and it promotes blood flow and circulation so that it heals that particular painful area.
We're always moving. Scratch that. We're always moving forward. But forward can sometimes look a little backwards. Or like circles. Or like nothing at all. But we never stop. We never stop because life never stops. It's hard to stop a train.
Some farmers I know swear by a name. Say they'd never operate anything else. Well, here are a few names for my Fendt 900 Gen 6 series. Fuel Saver. Time Maximizer. Game Changer. I like those names.
I became a nurse practitioner because I wanted to do more, I wanted to learn more, actually have more hands-on individually with patients. The rewarding part for me is that I get to come to work and learn something new every single day.
I have my certificate in vestibular rehabilitation, which focuses on patients with dizziness and balance disorders. It's been very rewarding because a lot of times it's a very short-lived treatment plan and the patient has remarkable results in a small amount of time.
And welcome back to Milledgeville High School. The dance squad out doing a little bit of dancing action here as we've got a 52-0 lead for Milledgeville, and sometimes you got some things to dance about, and sometimes you have a whole lot of things to dance about. And if you're Milledgeville, they've got a lot to dance about today. They've done about everything you can think of except an onside kick.
And
they haven't had an interception yet either, I guess.
Right.
But
they haven't returned a kick yet either.
No.
They will get the football to start the second half, as it is 52-0 in favor of the Missiles. And Dwayne, with that score 52-0, you would expect a lot of offensive numbers out of the Missiles, but they started with such short field possession in the first half.
Their worst starting spot was the 38-yard line on their side of the field. That's the worst, right?
Connor Nye, I've got unofficially 6 of 8, 152 yards, 3 touchdowns. Rushing, Nye with 6 carries, unofficially 38 yards. Nubis 3 for 36. Peyton Sarber with 2 for 20, and Brian McKenna 1 carry for no yards. Receiving, Nubis 3 catches for 88. And he's got 2 touchdown catches. Landon Frederick, 1 catch for 23 and 26 and a touchdown, I should say. Peyton Starber, 1 catch for 38. And Kieran Harris, 1 catch for 11 for BPC. Just cannot get much going. 7 of 12 passing for Sam Hensley, 83 yards. Jacob Brown, 2 catches for 29. Ben Powell, 2 for 28. Dalton Horvital, 2 catches for 12. And Brian Bittner, 1 catch for 14. And offensively on the ground, there's just nothing to speak of, Dwayne. With all the sacks and stuff, Hensley 14 carries, negative 25 yards. Powell with 5 for 5. Dalton Horvital 4 carries for 8, and Dalton Huffman carry for 1 yard. So just roughly doing the math, that's only about 60, less than 60, probably in the 50s, 50 yards plus of total offense for BPC in that first half.
Spartans, but I think everybody knew that this was going to be a tough game, and they knew that Milledgeville was going to be good. But Milledgeville has just shown the ability to do anything they want to do.
Yep.
I mean, they've shown that they can throw the ball. They've shown that they can run the ball. They've shown that they can run the ball to the outside. They've shown that they can throw the ball or run the ball to the inside. They can do a drop kick for a PAT. They can do a traditional PAT. They can do a fake for a 2-point conversion. They can run the ball for a 2-point conversion. I mean, they have literally – I mean, if you're looking – if you're going to watch this game, we'll have this game up to where you can actually see it. But if you watch this game, you're not going to get any tendencies from this team. I mean, you're not going to know what their favorite 2-point conversion play is. You're not going to know what their favorite anything play is, because they're doing – anything they want to right now, and they're doing it as often as they want to.
Right, exactly. And, it's just they're going to be a hard team to knock out. As like I said, their only loss this year was to the top-seeded Polo squad in Week 1, and that was only by 2 points, 40-38. So, extremely impressed by them. Like you said, knew they were good, but, man, to see them in person They are a well-oiled machine. That is for sure.
Well, with us here at the half, we've got guys joined me a few times on volleyball, and he joined me for track last year, but haven't had him on for a football game, I don't think, this year. Mr. Butcher, thanks for coming up and talking to us.
You bet. Thanks for having me up here.
We might point out that you are not unfamiliar with Milledgeville.
No, I've been here before, but it's been 23 years. It's a nice facility.
It looks very similar to how I remember it.
Yes, it does. Strikingly.
You were here with Illini West, of course. Or I guess Carthage,
that
technically.
Was the Blue Boys back then, yeah.
It was still Carthage, but a lot of things have changed. This team today is showing that they can do a lot of different things, aren't they?
Yeah, this team, their quarterback can throw. They've got some athletes. They've got some size. And when they want to spread out, they can, and when they want to come in tight, they run some traps. They do some things very well, very well.
It's I know that 52-0, you're never happy with that, and West Prairie is losing 40-8 in the second quarter right now as well. But Polo and Milledgeville, the top 2 seeds in this 8-man bracket, are on a collision course for Monmouth College in a few weeks, and these two teams, they played to a 2-point win for Polo early in the year. if Polo is as good as these guys, that would be a fun game to watch.
Yeah, that would be a great rematch from their Week 1 40-38 game. That would be something else. So these guys are the real deal, and I'm assuming Polo is too.
There's some good teams along the way, though. BPC's seen some really good teams.
Mm-hmm.
West Central, who beat BPC in Week 1, actually beat Lutheran School Association, Decatur Lutheran, last night.
Oh, they did.
Which West Central had some struggles middle of the season, but that was a team that when I saw them play West Prairie, I was like, they're pretty good too. I don't know if they're Milledgeville good, but they're pretty good too.
Well, when they're healthy, I think for a little period of time there, they had a couple of key players out. They've got that one kid that's fast as lightning, and I would bet he makes a huge difference.
Right, and I know when we played them Week 3, we dinged up a couple of their kids that missed the next game at Amboy, and then they had a couple of COVID issues, I believe, and people around the state were going, well, what's up with West Central? Well, we were talking on the drive up, Dwayne and I, that once they got healthy, West Central is going to they could make some noise in this playoffs.
Absolutely. Have you guys talked about the drop kick extra point?
We did a little bit. I saw them line up for that, and I thought to myself, are they going to try drop kick? But I couldn't get myself to say drop kick because I just couldn't believe they were actually going to do it.
Well, I haven't seen one of those live ever.
No,
so that was a
first.
first for me.
And it was slick. He did a great job.
He did a very nice job. So they've showed all kinds of different things they can do. How many things they've got out there to prepare for?
Yeah,
for opponents, it's a lot.
That's what I'm saying. You watch it, and I've had some coaches say, "Man, we love what you do, but we don't like what you do because everybody can watch our tape." But at the same time, what do you learn from watching Milledgeville today? They have shown they've
tipped their cards at all.
No tendencies at all because they've done everything different.
Yeah, absolutely. Now we've done some good things. We've protected our quarterback well a lot of times and given him time, but their coverage is excellent.
Yeah, their coverage has been great.
And then they have a few schemes where they lull you to sleep and they don't send anybody. Then all of a sudden they fire somebody, and we're just not ready for it. But when we have thrown the ball, we've thrown a nice ball. We've made some good catches, moved the ball a few times.
Delayed blitzes is something you don't hear or see a lot in high school football, but they've had some delayed blitzes, as you were talking about, that really have gotten to Hensley.
And I wonder if that's a call or if that's a read, because if that's a read on one of their players' parts, like if nobody goes out my way, I go, that's pretty impressive for a high school player to pick up on that read and do it.
So playoffs, BPC hasn't been to the playoffs, as BPC for a long, long time.
Correct.
And this is even though the game isn't going how BPC wanted the game to go, obviously, being in the playoffs, you spend a lot of time at Carthage and Illini West through the years. You know what that feeling's like. This is, even if it doesn't end the way you wanted to, getting here is a big deal, isn't it?
Yeah, this was a nice step for us, an 8-man, to make the play, to come into something unknown like this and to make the step of making the playoffs. And, coming up here and seeing what things are like and seeing what the level of play is like up north, it's been really good for us. Up north, teams seem to hit pretty hard, and it's good that we don't play everybody right around us, and we got to venture out this year, and we got some things that we can measure ourselves to in the future. So it's been good.
West Prairie and BPC, obviously the BWP co-op last year, they both split. They both become 8-man. And I know that we're here with BPC today, but we're also at Polo, which is 11 miles down the road. It's kind of like BPC and these two schools are like BPC and West Prairie almost.
Right.
But the growth that I think the coaching staff's made this year from the start of the season to get their teams into playoffs and move along.
Mm-hmm.
The growth, I mean, you spent a lot of time around 11-man football, and everybody's like, oh, it's just football. But there's nuances to this 8-man gig that is not anything that and the growth of both of those coaching staffs has been pretty amazing, I think.
Yeah. I especially West Prairie, after taking a thumping from us in week 1, has really come a long way, and our staff's come a long way. There's a learning curve. It's not the same game. It is still football, but there's a lot of things, just one less back, 2 less linemen. It changes a lot.
Well, it changes a lot, and the thing that I've noticed is the speed is different, and the lanes, like even though the field is narrower, having those 3 less players on each side opens a lot of cutback lanes.
Yes, it does. It does. It definitely is a game for the athletes. And, you know, we've got a freshman athlete out there returning kicks that is got excellent speed. I'm looking forward to him over the next 3 years. I'm thinking that's a person that's going to open some things up for us in the future.
Yeah, and, you know, there's a lot of good things, I think, to come for BPC. This is a great learning experience, and getting in this playoff and getting the feel and the enjoyment of getting to say you're here can expand a program, I think, and I think it will do that. I hope that it'll do that for BPC. We don't have him on camera, but a kid right down here that would have made a huge difference for this team and did the first couple of weeks was Shane Shin. Losing him against West Central was a big hit for this team.
Yeah, I feel bad for Shane. He wants to be out there worse than anybody, and he definitely makes a big difference on this football team. But they, you know, keeping it together without their best player on both sides of the football and still making it here is quite an accomplishment.
We got
so at halftime here, 52-0, about a minute 20 on the clock.
Yeah, we got some. Do you need some? Okay, gotcha.
As
you want to take off, Mr. Butcher?
Yeah. Thank you for having me up here. Good job, guys.
Hey, I want to thank you for – I ended up not having to do what I thought I was going to have to do, so I got to come here today. Mr. Butcher was going to come and help Chris with some stats and talking a little bit, so I do appreciate you.
No problem, no problem.
Every time you come on and help with track and help talk a little bit in volleyball, I do greatly appreciate it. It's great to have the administration willing to get involved, and that's pretty awesome.
I love to do it, and I appreciate you guys. It's great coverage, and I don't know what we'd do without you, so thanks a lot.
Appreciate it.
Mr. Butcher, thank you, sir. And that was Coach Zarillo who came down and he – I was like, well, what do you – I thought he was going to ask me if we had internet, and I was going to say, no, we don't have any internet. But apparently they're having some stats issues, so he wanted to know if we –
Oh, boy. So these unofficial stats are going to be official stats?
They might be official. Is it WCCI sitting beside us? CCI? What's your guys' call letters? It's TCI. We might have to compare stats, guys, before you guys take off, okay? Just
because apparently our coaching staff is relying on us for their stats.
We might want to compare stats before we leave, okay? See, make sure not one of us we aren't way off on something. It's one of those days, folks, one of those kind of days. So hopefully you're able to listen and watch. We will put on the unaltered version of this contest tomorrow morning, but we want to thank the WCCI guys. They actually spread down a little bit and gave us a little extra room.
Right.
I'm a fat guy, so I need that extra space, you know what I'm saying? So we've got a lot of great stuff going on in the coming weeks here. This week, TSSR Game Time Live presented by MDH is going to be broadcasting the sectional live from Abington. That will include Hartsburg, Emden, and Southeastern, Princeville, and more. So we'll have those 4 games, or 3 games, 2 on Monday, 1 on Wednesday. And then I don't know if I should announce this or not, but I was told that we're doing it, so I'm going to go ahead.
Okay.
We will be broadcasting live the Illinois 8-Man Football Association championship game from Monmouth College on November 19th. So pretty excited about that.
That's awesome.
Chris is going to be there. Our plan, our goal is to do 2 high cameras and a sideline camera with a sideline reporter. We're trying to go big time for that championship game, see how it works out. We'll either look really good or we'll lay an egg. But we're going to go down swinging at either rate. So hopefully you guys can join us. If you're from Milledgeville and you're watching this, if you guys get there, we'll be sharing the link when it comes up here in a little bit. So make sure you tune in to us here on TSSR Game Time Live presented by MDH. And we'll be running clock throughout the second half as the Spartans trail 52-0 as we've made it through halftime here. And the second half will go substantially quicker.
Right, as they did put the 3 on the clock, so we're down to about a minute 10 on that.
And Coach Herodas is going to come up and talk to us. We will not be on camera for that. He's going to come up and talk to us. And the cool thing is you folks can't really see it on camera at the moment, but Coach Rodis is talking down on the sideline to Carter Chambers, and he's coaching. You're down 52-0, and that shows what kind of coaches the BPC has. He's down there coaching on the sideline, saying, you need to turn this direction, keep your feet, footwork is key if you're a lineman, and he's down there helping him with that. A lot of people, successful people, keep trying even when things aren't going their way, and Coach Rod is down there on the sideline working right now. As he knows that everything that he teaches today to a sophomore helps next year too.
Right.
So you don't quit today, because quitting today means that you're quitting next year too. So you build on everything. You keep moving forward, and we might get our butts waxed today, but we're going to come back next year better, stronger, and have a better idea of what we need to do.
That's the goal. Take this as the first year and build off of it, and make yourself a better squad for the 22 campaign.
There'll be a lot of difference next year, though. We have Hensley gone, and Horwood will be gone, and Shane Shin won't be here, and a lot of names coming back, but some key people to replace. Bittner is a senior as well, is he not?
Yes, he is.
And he's going to come on to kick here. Brian Bittner going to kick for BPC as we get ready to start the second half. And I think West Prairie may be in a
similar spot.
Yeah, they're in a similar spot. They've scored a touchdown, but I think they might be down by 40 as they get ready to go into halftime as well. So here we go. Bittner to kick off. The first kickoff return opportunity is going to go to Adi for the Missiles, and he's out across the 35, 40, 45, cuts it back inside, breaks another tackle. Now he's going to stiff arm Lane Huffman, and he might go to the 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown for the Missiles. Man, when things are going your way, they're just going your way. Bryce Adi, a 5'10 junior, goes for about a 90-yard touchdown return. I'm going to call it 90.
11:31 to go in the third quarter.
He caught it on the right hash mark, came all the way to the near sideline at about the 40, broke a tackle, cut to the 45, broke another tackle, then went across the 50, stiffed on Lane Huffman at about the 40-yard line of BPC, and he goes in for the score, and it's the clock is running.
58-0.
Clock should still be running,
It
I think.
is.
Down to 11 minutes, unfortunately.
Odd situation. We're going to get the drop kick. Yep.
Yeah, but that one was not as successful.
He kicks it right
and Harris is like, he looked much more uncomfortable on that drop kick than he did the first one.
That one barely got off the ground.
Yeah, the first drop kick he looked really comfortable. It was just in motion. That time he took a weird step and then dropped it and then kicked the top of the ball, and it just didn't go as well for Harris. We'll take a break here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH, and we'll be back right after this.
MDH has committed to having a top-notch OB-GYN unit.
The new facility, the Dolores Cater Schweitzer Women's Center, this is a quality facility that the patients need to match the quality of care.
And then we also have a new clinic, which is state-of-the-art.
And here at McDonough, we have a team, and everybody feels like they're a part of the successes that we have.
We have a strong team in our office and in labor and delivery. You will get the best care at McDonough District.
I have my certificate in vestibular rehabilitation, which focuses on patients with dizziness and balance disorders. It's been very rewarding because a lot of times it's a very short-lived treatment plan, and the patient has remarkable results in a small amount of time.
Welcome back to Milledgeville High School. Hey, a new kicker on as well. Number 59 is Jacob Promenschinkel. Low line drive kick. Dalton Huffman's going to pick it up. He's going to get to about the 15-yard line, I think. He's going to bring it out across the 25.
Tackle is made by Micah Tom Smith and Bryce McKenna.
Got a bunch of different numbers out there now, folks, so you have to bear with us as the defense comes back on the field. Looks to be mostly the same people, though. Middle linebacker number 50, Caden Akers for Milledgeville. Hensley, two setbacks beside, one on each side. A handoff's going to go to Dalton Horwood, left side. He's got to try to get it outside. Can't get there.
Lose
Big tackle.
A couple.
It's number 26, Colton Wilk on the stop. A loss of one, second down and 11 for the Spartans. That's a long one loss, but we'll call it a loss of one. Hensley's going to try it again. Going to fake it, roll right. It's a keeper all the way. He tries to break one tackle. He does, but can't stay in bounds. Tackle pushed out of bounds by Dimitri Garza, who lowered his head, and the stiff arm worked. He didn't get the tackle, but he
gained about 3 on the play.
No, he
2?
gained a 2-ish.
2-ish. I
3 and 9 or so.
Right.
3 and 10, I don't know. But we'll give him a gain of 2 or 3. Hensley under center again. Handoff's going to go to Powell.
That's just
he's going to have
jerseys.
A host of black jerseys. There's 4 of them out there. Garza was one of them. Number 80, Frederick, is out there. Nobis is out there as well. No, that's not Nobis. It was number 82, Gage Wilk, out there. There's a whole bunch of black. He turned the corner, and all there was a wall of black jerseys.
4 black jerseys there and no white.
Clock's still running. 7:35 to go here in the third quarter, and I didn't update the scoreboard. Sorry about that, folks. It is third quarter action. Clock running.
4th and 7. Hensley takes the snap, fakes the handoff, pitch back to Horwittle, and he's got nowhere to go. Just nowhere to go.
Tackle out there by number 35, Bryce McKenna.
No gain.
He just ran right into Horwittle, and Horwittle didn't juke, spin, just ran right into McKenna.
Yep, loss of a yard, so 1st and 10 for the Missiles.
And they try to get everybody out of the way. Turnover on downs. $29? Is that 28 or 29? I said 28, I think.
Amboy on top of Ack on 22-16 at the half. That'll be a big upset. So new quarterback in at number 6.
Tom Smith. Isaac Smith. It's going to be Wilk on the carry. He's going to get outside. Nate Kramer is going to bring him down, but it's going to be a first down, a gain of about 12. 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line for the Missiles. Bunch of new faces in. Also number 32, Tristan Green, a 5'11 sophomore. Number 26, Colton Wilk, is a 6-foot junior. Deep I formation. Pitch is going to go out to Wilk. He runs right this time. Hensley's out there and tracks him down. Gain of 5 on the play or so. We'll see where they mark it. Actually, it looks like a gain of 6. 2nd down and 4.
After a gain of about 6, it's now 2nd down and 4.
Pitch to Wilk that time.
They're going to call it a gain of 6. So 2nd and 4 for the Missiles at just outside the BPC 10. It looks like at about the 11.
It's not quite touching the 10, so we'll call it at the 11-yard line. Toms Smith under center again. That's a hyphenated last name, Toms Smith. He's going to fake it, and I don't know what that was supposed to be. It looked like a broken play, but he's going to get to the outside. He'll have a first down.
Over the shoulder and out near the goal line.
It'll be 1st and goal inside the 5. From the 11, a gain of 7. And it's 1st and goal at the 4-yard line for the Missiles. 4:58 remaining in the third quarter, and the Missiles knocking on the door again. Two tight ends set, I formation backfield behind Isaac Toms Smith. He's going to hand off to the fullback this time. I think it's Wilk.
No
and
signal.
He gets in. Near side. Nope. Only one arm up. I'm sorry. Gain of 3. He's going to bring up 2nd and goal from the 1.
Is that Wilk on the carry?
It was Colton Wilk on the carry, number 26.
4:20 to play, third quarter.
He was lined up. He'd been lining up at the halfback spot. He lined up at the fullback spot that time. The other running back is Bryce McKenna, number 35. Colton Wilk is still in there also. See what they do here. I would imagine goal line defense, offense.
Right.
coming here.
No real hurry.
Wilk is the fullback. McKenna is the deep back. Handoff is going to go to Tom Smith, and he's in for the touchdown, a 1-yard touchdown run with 3:48 to go. Clock's still running here in the third quarter. It's still running. 3:48 is when it came. A sophomore group putting it on here.
64-0 now, pending the. We're going to get the drop kick. No, we're going to get the standard PAT and Audie.
It is Bryce Audie, the 5'10 junior on the kick. He was the holder last time, I think, wasn't he?
No, he's the one that kicked the extra.
Did he kick the last one?
Good snap.
That's blocked.
Powell.
Ben Powell coming through making
Taylor.
a block. It was Powell making the block, I think. Okay. It was the person coming flying from the right, and that was Ben Powell. So the kick is no good. It's 64-0. You're listening to TSSR Game Time Live presented by MDH. And it is brought to you by Bushnell Banking Center. Bushnell Banking Center, located at 360 South Green Street in Bushnell, offers full-service banking and loan services for all of your banking needs. Come visit the Bank of Friendly Service or call them at 309-772-2345. Good luck, Spartans. Bushnell Banking Center is an equal housing lender and a member FDIC. And Webb Family Farms. Webb Family Farms has been growing corn, soybeans, and Spartans for 5 generations. Nathan, Lisa, Jamie, Cyrus, Terry, and Linda wish all BPC athletes good luck this season. And Farmers and Merchant State Bank of Bushnell. For over 100 years, Farmers and Merchant State Bank of Bushnell has been serving the local community's needs for personal and business banking as well as home and agricultural lending. Stop by the main branch at 44 East Main Street in Bushnell or drive up facility on Cole Street to learn more. F&M, a member FDIC and equal housing lender. So, another kick coming for the Missiles, and it is Promenschinkel on the kick again. And it's bobbled by Dalton Huffman. He just falls on it at the 25-yard line. That's where it'll be 1st and 10 BPC. Clock running with 1:50 remaining in the third quarter. Still second quarter action. West Prairie trails 60-8 to Polo. Boy, I wish I could have seen that first game of the year between those two schools.
Well, we may see it.
We may see it at the end of the year. That'd be a heck of a bookmark. And then Hensley fumbles the snap. He'll fall on it, but lose a yard. It'll bring up 2nd down and 11. 40-second play clock is wound again. I don't suspect you'll see BPC get in a big hurry to run offensive plays here. They are to the line of scrimmage with about 28 seconds remaining in the play clock, though. Here's Hensley. He's going to fake the handoff. Looks right. Throws deep downfield. He's got Link wide open. He sidesteps one defender. Breaks the tackle and out past the 50. I'm used to sitting at the 50-yard line. So they're past the 50 down to the 45-yard line from the 24. That's 25, 26, 31 yards. 31 yards. 31 yards on the
biggest play of the day
completion.
For BPC, and that puts Sam at 104 yards passing on the afternoon. First catch for Link.
And the BPC trying to get the goose egg off the scoreboard. Nice cutback by Powell, but again, the black jerseys, even with the backups in, the black jerseys just flow to the ball so quickly. Gain of 2, it's going to bring up 2nd down and 8.
Down to 10 seconds to play, third quarter.
Will they be able to get it off?
Not sure they will. Yep, they will.
Handoff's going to go to Powell again. He runs across the 40 to the 39. A gain of 4. Nope, they move it back to the 35. Gain of 3. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 5 when we start the fourth quarter. We'll take a break and be back here on TSSR Game Time Live presented by MDH right after this.
My MDH Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation does more than just tape ankles.
They get us back on the court.
My MDH Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation
helps me reach peak performance
in the weight room.
Prepares me for competition.
My MDH physical therapists and the fitness programs MDH offers help me on my road to recovery and improve my quality of life.
Come see why MDH Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation was voted best of the best in McDonough County.
MDH has committed to having a top-notch OB-GYN unit.
The new facility, the Dolores Cater Schweitzer Women's Center, This is a quality facility that the patients need to match the quality of care.
And then we also have a new clinic, which is state-of-the-art.
And here at McDonough, we have a team. And everybody feels like they're a part of the successes that we have.
We have a strong team in our office and in labor and delivery. You will get the best care at McDonough District.
Welcome back to Milledgeville. BPC facing a 3rd and 5 from the 45. Pitch is going to come out to Lane Huffman. He's across the 40.
Going to be about a gain of a yard.
Gain 1. It's going to bring up 4th down and 4, and BPC will obviously go for it here. A chance to try to make something happen. Lane Huffman gets his first carry and his first yard here in this playoff game.
Down to
11:37 to go here in the 4th quarter.
So about 4th and 4 for BPC at the Missile. 39.
They connected on their first 4th down conversion on the first drive and haven't been able to do so since. Hensley's going to try to cut back inside. Breaks one tackle, breaks he's going to have a first down.
Yep.
Across the 30 now. He's still on his feet, down 25-20. Sidesteps the sideline.
Down at about the 23. Gain of 16.
Yeah, he stepped out pretty early. Gain of 16. And we got a timeout. Nope, ball put in play. Down markers marked. 1st and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Biggest rushing play of the afternoon for BPC. 1st and 10 from the Missile 23-yard line.
Hensley back in the shotgun, looking left, finally finds Huffman. Huffman breaks one, and it's going to be a face mask. He's going to have possibly close to a first down. We'll see where they mark it. He's going to get a pass completion to Huffman. It's going to be a gain of 10 on that, and then we'll see what they mark off after that.
Yep.
And a face mask right as he caught the ball. It'll be half the distance to the goal line. We'll see where they mark it. Yeah, so it'd be about the 6. It'd be 1st and goal at the 6, a 10-yard completion, and a 6-yard penalty for the Milledgeville Missiles. And BPC threatening for the first time here today. As the handoff's going to go to Huffman. He's going to try to use his speed to the outside, tries to turn the corner. A great tackle out there as Landon Frederick comes out to make the stop. He will get about a 3-yard gain.
Say 3.
And a 2nd and goal at the 4-yard line now for BPC. Trying to
take that 0 off the scoreboard.
That's right. Trying not to get skunked here today. It's been a long day for this BPC Spartan squad. But I'll tell you what, they haven't quit trying the whole time. They're trying hard. That's then the key to this football team. Hensley now looking to pitch to Horwittle. He's going to keep it. He gets to the end zone. Nope, he's going to be just short. Going to gain a couple. It's going to be 2, a gain of 2, and it's going to be 3rd down and goal at the 2. A whole lot of 2s there, folks. Gain of 2. 3rd and goal at the 2.
Somebody's shaking up.
We've got Colton Wilk getting
off
up
the
slow.
Helmet. I don't know what happened because it's down where we really can't see without.
Yeah, the helmet came off. I don't know if it was hurt or the helmet came off. The MDH athletic trainer is down there. I can't tell who's with us today for sure from this far away. But the clock's still running. 8:50 to go here in the 4th quarter. And I haven't marked that it is the 4th quarter, folks. I apologize. So running a lot of time here. We're down to 23 seconds on the play clock. 8:30 counting on the clock for the game. It is 4th quarter action. It is halftime at West Prairie. They trail 60-8. Hensley's going to try and go right up the middle. He might get there. Touchdown for Sam Hensley, the senior, with a 2-yard touchdown run.
Score coming at about the 8:08 mark.
So they get the 0 off the scoreboard. They'll try and make it a 64-8 contest here. Clock still running, 7:48 remaining in the football game. Hensley fakes the handoff to Huffman, throws to
wide open.
Huffman of the Dalton variety. So 2-point conversion is good for BPC. 64-8's the score. We'll take a break here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
We're always moving. Scratch that. We're always moving forward. But forward can sometimes look a little backwards. Or like circles. Or like nothing at all. But we never stop. We never stop because life never stops. It's hard to stop a train.
My MDH Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation does more than just tape ankles.
They get us back on the court.
My MDH Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation
Helps me reach peak performance. In the weight room. Prepares me for competition.
My MDH physical therapists and the fitness programs MDH offers help me on my road to recovery and improve my quality of life.
Come see why MDH Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation was voted best of the best in McDonough County.
All right, welcome back to Milledgeville here as the kickoff for Bittner. The wind picking up a little bit. It's going to be Frederick catching it on the fly, and he's got some running room down the left sideline. He breaks a couple tackles and jumps out of bounds.
Bittner
makes the stop at the 50. Frederick's going to get across the 50, though, to about the 47-yard line of the Spartans. 1st and 10, Milledgeville. Clock running with 5:50 remaining in the football game. Fourth quarter action, as we'll be able to catch most of the second half, which will also be running clock over in Polo, which is 11 miles down the road, we might add. As we get ready to see what appears that both teams will end their football season here in the first round of the playoffs. Toms Smith back under center. I formation, 2 tight end set. Handoffs, nope, fake handoff. He's going to roll right. He looks downfield, got a nice pass, and Sam Hensley had a hand on Gage Wilk the entire time. Wilk went up and landed flat on his back. He hops up, though. And a timeout is going to be called, charge to Milledgeville.
Knowing you're talking about Polo and the proximity to Milledgeville, it brings me back to the 11-man year where LaHarpe Northwestern Carthage had to travel to Champaign to play a state title. If Milledgeville and Polo end up playing for state title in Monmouth, you got 2 schools that are literally about 15 minutes apart.
Yeah, I think the sign said just south of town, 11 miles, 10 miles. 10 miles, they're telling us, the WCCI guys are telling us. So 10 miles is even closer, we might add, than Carthage and West Prairie, or Carthage and Northwestern LaHarpe were. Was it Northwestern LaHarpe for football or LaHarpe Northwestern?
I think
it was Northwestern LaHarpe for football and LaHarpe Northwestern for basketball or something like that.
I can't remember. Anyway, too long ago.
That's years and years ago. But at any rate, they did play for 36-22 Amboy with the lead right now over Aquin. So it's 2nd down and 10 after the incomplete pass and the timeout. Clock doesn't start again until the ball's snapped. And we got a different quarterback in. It's number 24, Colton Hendrick. McKenna on the ball, on the carry. Gain of 4. They're going to bring up 2nd down and 6. I bet Miles is cold up top.
I'm guessing.
Still 3rd quarter. 4 minutes left in the 3rd. Amboy with the lead, though. Aquin can make a lot of things happen in that amount of time. 2 wides near, a setback or split end to the left side. Now Hendrick's going to look to pass, breaks 1 tackle, throws deep downfield. He's got Frederick there, overthrows him.
Coverage by Lucas Buck, number 35 for BPC.
And Lucas Buck gets out there and waves his arms to say incomplete. You're down by a whole bunch of points, Lucas Buck. You probably ought to just be happy it's incomplete. No offense to anybody who might be listening, but probably save that for next year when you can beat these guys.
Right.
So is Colton Hendrick, a sophomore. He stands 6'2". He's the quarterback, and they're going to try the wide receiver set. Now there's going to be a whole bunch of motion. Pass, that's an incomplete pass.
BPC, oh.
That
yep.
should be an incomplete pass.
Nope.
Oh, they're going to give it.
Signal BPC football, 73.
That is not correct.
White Hodgkins on the.
I mean, BBC will take it, but that is, he threw that ball. That should have been an incomplete pass. Be first and 10 BPC at their own 49-yard line. Sam Hensley comes back on the field for the Spartans. Likely be the seniors' last offensive drive, I would imagine. 3 minutes to go. He did score a touchdown here in his last football game. Pitch is going to come to Huffman. He's got some running room.
Oh.
Spins around, out across the 45 of
59 on the stop.
A gain of about 8 or
Jacob
7.
Promenschneckel.
No, a gain of 8, 2nd and 2, or 2 for BPC.
I hope I didn't butcher that last name, 53.
59, Promenschneckel?
Yeah, Promenschneckel.
Promenschneckel. That's exactly how it looks. Huffman on the carry.
To the first down, maybe about a yard short.
He did a whole lot of running and not getting 2 yards. He gets 1 technically. Third down and 1.
Checking in the ball game, number 26 for the Spartans.
Bittner in as well. See if he's in the backfield here. It is cooling off a little bit.
Yeah, it is.
Here.
It's a little chillier now.
No, Huffman's going to be in the backfield with Willie.
Buck is your far receiver, 35.
And pitch is going to go to Huffman. He's going to bring it all the way back across. He's got some running room now.
He does.
They over-pursued. He's got some run down the near sideline, across the 20, 15. A great pursuit by Landon Frederick, but there's a flag on the far side, and I bet that's going to be a hold.
Buck and one of the Missile players are basically bear hugging each other, and I think that's where they're going to get the penalties on the hold on the receiver on the far side.
It is a hold on BPC. No gain on the play and a 10-yard penalty to bring up 3rd down and 11. Clock still running with 1:09 remaining.
Down to under a minute on the clock, 50 seconds to play.
Well, they moved that way back.
Well, that flag was back at the 41.
Yeah, but it's a 10-yard penalty. To bring up 3rd down and 11 is what it should have been.
Right.
So
that's where they've got
3rd
it.
and 11 at the 48-yard line.
37
this will probably
seconds.
be the last play of the game. Maybe they'll get another one in, depending on what happens here. Handoff's going to go to Huffman. He breaks one tackle, comes back to the near side again, and then
laid
the shoulder into McKenna.
Gains
but McKenna made the tackle.
7.
McKenna makes the tackle anyway. He gained about, we'll give him 7, 4th down.
That's going to probably
6.
do it, 15 seconds on the clock.
They're not going to run another play. And Sam Hensley starts shaking everybody's hands out in the huddle. And that's how this one will end here from Milledgeville High School. 64-8 will be the final. BPC drops the open round of the playoffs to the Milledgeville Missiles, who, folks, are the real deal here at Milledgeville High School. As they So Amboy and Aquin, the winner of that game, will face these Milledgeville Missiles. And I'm telling you what, you better be a pretty good football team to want to play Milledgeville.
Yeah, that game would be, Aquin would come here, I believe. Or is Amboy the higher seed? Nope, Amboy would host Milledgeville next week, or
Aquin would come here.
Right, or Aquin would come here. So 64-8 the final score. BPC is going to bow out at 4-6 on the season.
Coach Ross is going to have a quick conversation with his team, and then we'll have him up here on our post-game show. We'll be back here 64-8 the final at Milledgeville High School. You're listening and watching TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
I have my certificate in vestibular rehabilitation, which focuses on patients with dizziness and balance disorders. It's been very rewarding because a lot of times it's a very short-lived treatment plan and the patient has remarkable results in a small amount of time.
I chose physical therapy because I knew I wanted to be in the healthcare field. I wanted to be able to help patients in some way related to more in depth. We get to know our patients, and that's really what kind of sets us apart.
We're always moving. Scratch that. We're always moving forward. But forward can sometimes look a little backwards, or like circles, or like nothing at all. But we never stop. We never stop because life never stops. It's hard to stop a train.
Some farmers I know swear by a name. Say they'd never operate anything else. Well, here are a few names for my Fendt 900 Gen 6 series. Fuel Saver, Time Maximizer, Game Changer. I like those names.
I became a nurse practitioner because I wanted to do more, I wanted to learn more, actually have more hands-on individually with patients. The rewarding part for me is that I get to come to work and learn something new every single day.
Welcome back to Milledgeville High School. As you can see, game is complete. 64-8 is the final. BPC ends its season at 4-6 after making the playoffs for the first year in 8-man football. Coach Rodis is making his way up here as we speak, so we want to get a word with him. And why don't you go over stats while he's on his way up here?
Okay, for BPC, Sam Hensley, 18 carries for -6 yards, did have the one touchdown. Ben Powell, 8 for 11. Dalton Horwittle, 6 for -6. Dalton Huffman, 1 for 1. And Lane Huffman, 5 for 20. Hensley passing, 9 of 14 for 114 yards. Brown, 2 of 29 for 29 on receiving. Blank, 1 for 31. Ben Powell, 2 for 28. Dalton Horwittle, 2 for 12. Lane Huffman, a catch for 10. And Brian Bittner, 1 catch for 14 yards for BPC. Again, not a whole lot of offensive eye-popping numbers for the Missiles, but didn't need it today. 5 for 38 for Connor Nye on the ground. Ashton Nubis, 3 for 36, had a couple of touchdowns on the ground. Peyton Sarber, 2 for 20 on the ground. He had a touchdown as well. Brian McKenna, 2 for 5. Colton Wilk, 3 carries for 17. And Isaac Tom Smith, 2 carries for 9 yards and a touchdown. Nye passing, 6 of 8, 152 yards, 3 touchdowns. Tom Smith and Colton Hendrick each 0 for 1 passing in the second half. Kieran Harris, 1 for 11 receiving. Peyton Schwarber, 1 for 38. Sarber, 1 for 38 and a catch. Austin Nubis, 3 for 88. And Sarber with a touchdown on that catch as well. Nubis with a couple of touchdown catches as well. And Landon Frederick, 1 catch for 23 yards and a touchdown for the Missiles.
And Coach Rodis has found his way up here. First thing he said to us is, when you saw us in here, was, is that where you're going to be? Because I don't want to have to climb all the way to the top.
I was struggling. Do you hear me? Am I good?
Yeah, you're good.
I was struggling just getting up to the first level, so I'm glad you didn't decide to go to the third.
Hey, my fat butt had to go all the way up there. If I could
more than once.
If I could fit through there, you would be okay.
I'm just glad you kept us here.
Well, I'll tell you what. Not to score you on, but this Milledgeville team is legit, aren't they?
They're the real deal, and we knew coming up, that we were going to have our hands full. And like I just told them, though, you know what? We asked our guys to come up here and play a football game. None of them batted an eye and knew what they had to do to come up here and get it done. And, kudos to our guys. We didn't look back. We just came up here and did what we were supposed to do.
Well, one of the things I pointed out was at halftime, you guys are down, well, I don't remember what it was at halftime, 52-0, and you pulled Carter Chambers off to the side and was working on some footwork with him. And, a lot of people when you're down 52-0, you're obviously not coming back in this contest, but you're still down there coaching. Carter's a sophomore.
Yep.
This is still, every bit of this game was a learning experience, right?
Well, and that's what we talked about from the get-go. Every play, these young guys are getting better with every play. And you know what? They just got 10 games when some of the people in the state only got 9. So they got one up on some guys, and that's, they're asking for help. They're wanting to learn, and you know, I'll take any time I can get with these guys. They're great to work with.
Well, Coach, you guys, like you said, I know talking earlier in the week that there wasn't much and that Milledgeville couldn't do, and Dwayne said that at halftime. You watch film, it's like you really can't key in on one thing with this missile squad at all.
No, and we knew that, and we were trying to adjust. We tried some new defense that we had never tried, and it worked. And we're going to build off of that next year. I mean, we got to see some positive things from it, and you know, we're only hopefully going to get better from this.
You guys, they dominated this game. I mean, you can't really argue that,
no,
but they didn't show any tendencies. I don't think anybody's watching this game film next week. They didn't show a tendency, did they?
No.
I mean, how many you've been coaching a long time, not to say that you're old, but you've been coaching a long time. You ever seen anybody do a drop kick?
No,
in a
ever.
game?
That was the first time ever. Yep.
And that was slick. I mean, that first one he did was perfect.
Well.
He stuttered on the second one, I think, was the problem. But the first one was, I mean, it looked like he tried that 1,000 times.
Never in my life have I seen it against us. So, you know, and I wasn't even ready for it. I thought they were lining up for a play, and next thing I knew, he kicked it. I'm like, what the heck just happened?
Well, I saw it. I saw the formation. I'm like, I'm thinking to myself, they're not going to do a drop kick. They're not going to do a drop kick. And he drop kicked it, and I was like, holy. And then they did the PAT.
Right.
I mean, they did a drop kick pass where they didn't drop kick it and he passed it. I mean, they didn't show their hand on anything.
No. That's a pretty good team. And then, you know, I'm curious to see what they got coming, you know, in the next few weeks, because these guys could go a ways.
Well, we just were told last week that we get to do the state championship game at Monmouth College.
Oh, awesome.
So we'll be doing that no matter who's there, obviously. I wish I could have seen that 40-38 game week number 1 between Polo and Milledgeville, and it could very well be that exactly.
It could be that. Yeah, it could very well be that, and that would be a fun game to watch.
Well, we might need some professional commentary. You want to be a color guy that day? And
hey, I might be up there, so you never know.
Be our fancy fancy know everything guy.
I don't know a whole lot. Obviously, you see the scoreboard, right?
Well, I'll tell you what. We've made light of it. I mean, it's not you don't want to lose, and you're not happy about losing.
No, not at all.
But sometimes you have to find the good in just getting someplace, right?
Right, and that's what I just told our kids, is not to hang their head. They've got to be very proud of themselves. They earned themselves an extra game, an extra day. For those seniors leaving, they just earned that extra one up here that they got to play in, you know, and you know it's something to be proud of.
You had some good seniors too, didn't you?
Yeah, these seniors are amazing guys, and I don't know what we're going to do without them.
Sam Hensley never quits. He tries really hard, and then you really had another coach after Shane got hurt. I mean, he was there all the time. A lot of guys get hurt in week 3 and they know they're not going to play.
Yeah.
They quit. He never quit, did he?
No. He kept coaching on the sideline. He kept doing everything, keeping them in. And you know, without Sam, I don't know where we would be. I mean, he ran our team offensively, defensively. He was trying to get people everywhere.
Right.
I've never given away a game ball, but I just did.
I saw you walk in. In fact, you made me look bad because I said, Coach Rodis is heading in here, and then you turn around and walk back out. But I saw you picked up the game ball.
Yeah, I've never done that before, but he had earned it.
He earned it all year.
Yeah,
yep.
I mean,
for sure.
For the culmination of what he did today, a year he put in, and probably the first quarterback in BPC history to throw over 1,100 yards in a season.
Yeah, and I wanted you to have that stat because that's an amazing feat for anybody, whatever you're 8-man or 11 or whatever, and you know he's one heck of a quarterback, and I don't know, we've got some big shoes to fill there, and luckily we've got an off season to get it done.
Right.
You got some good kids coming up.
Sure.
Things aren't overly bleak for BPC next year. You do lose some good kids. You got some good kids coming back. And you got some good underclassmen that should be really good varsity players.
It's what we deal with every year. You know,
people needing keys.
I'm guessing. I don't know how those guys got in because I got the key.
They're still standing outside.
Still standing outside, probably.
You're such a jerk.
I know. Maybe I should work on getting up there. But
you should. We can let you go.
But
I'll tell you what. You're going to do a 1st and 10 with Borders,
okay.
right?
Yeah,
we'll
be there.
We'll up Borders. You can say all the highs, buys, and thank yous.
Okay.
All right. Then how's that sound?
That sounds great.
Okay.
I appreciate it.
Coach,
Thank you, guys.
Thanks,
do you
Coach.
want the stat sheet?
Yes, at some point. I would
Don't count this official by any means.
I'll tell you what. We'll verify with them, make sure we're not very far off, and then we'll get it to you.
That sounds great.
All right.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, Coach. So Coach Rod is coming. Just lay down there. Coach Rod is coming, talking to him after the post-game show here, or on the post-game show, brought to you by JoJo's Gaming Parlor. Offers the best gaming experience in the McDonough County area. Stop in for a cold drink and chance to take home a nice wad of cash while you're at it. JoJo's Gaming Parlor shows all the TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH Events live on the big screen. Come join your friends at JoJo's, located 776 North Cole Street in Bushnell. Cheer the Spartans on to victory. Well, we will be posting this in its entirety, unedited, but also without the pauses. Hopefully, everybody. I know we had a lot of people listening, so we did get the audio out. We had a little problem with the video, but we will get that all fixed up and get it to you folks so you can watch it tomorrow morning. Chris, thanks for the ride up here. I appreciate it.
No problem.
Thanks for all you've done this year, and thanks to Jeff Borders for all he's done this year.
We'll
see you one more time. At least one more
time for football.
So, that's right. So I appreciate it. Thanks everybody for listening to us here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH, and watching us all season long. We've got some sectional volleyball, a state championship football game, and a whole lot of other fun stuff coming your way here on TSSR Game Time Live. And then what? We got basketball.
Man, about what, 3 now? About a month?
Yeah,
less than a month? 3.5 weeks?
Less than a month, about 3 weeks or something like that. Girls start actually a little bit before. So whole lot of fun stuff coming here on TSSR Game Time Live. If you are interested in doing a sponsorship, we do need some. It's not the cheapest thing in the world to keep this caravan going up and down the road. So if you have any interest in sponsors, you can email us at HewlettPublicPro or HewlettPublicPro@gmail.com. So for Chris Frankhauser, for Miles Hewlett, who's on the very top, although, we say he's colder, he might be warmer because he's in the sun. We're not in the sun.
And that wind's blowing right into where we're sitting. It's gotten chilly since the start of the game.
I'm Dwayne Hewlett. Thanks for listening. We'll see you Monday night from Abington High School for Class 1A sectional volleyball action, Hartsburg, Emden, Southeastern, Princeville, and more. We'll see you then.